What's going on, guys? All right, so today is actually Monday of week 2, phase 2. I didn't do a vlog on Saturday or Sunday. I was kind of busy doing the cooking. Kind of same thing as I did the week before as a bulk cook. And we went hiking really early, and so my sleep wasn't the greatest last couple days. And so I thought I'd kind of just take a day or two of just kind of not doing the vlogs. But I did the workouts. Just kind of going to talk about a couple things today. First of all, just finished Beast Creature. There's actually one in here. I don't know why I had an extra, but whatever. My thoughts on it. To be honest with you, I mean, just like any creatine, you should notice the strength increases. I did have strength increases. I mean, I was able to kind of lift more weight and have way more endurance than I used to, which was what you're going to get from creatine. Had the same thing as most monohydrates, the pumps, all that good stuff. To be honest with you, though, I didn't. I noticed some changes. It works for me. It worked. Now, whether or not it's way more effective than the traditional monohydrate, this being Creapure, I don't know. To be honest, no, I don't think it's. At least my body didn't react to it a lot better than any typical regular monohydrate. So I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, if you can, it tends to be a little pricier, probably also because it's a pill form, which I will say for me, it's a personal negative, only because I really forget to take the pills. If I'm doing monohydrate and I'm doing it post-workout, it's easy for me to just do a teaspoon in the recovery drink, and I don't forget it. I found myself once maybe forgetting it. So whether or not that plays into the results from it, probably not, because I was actually loaded by that time, and it was actually probably towards the end of the bottle. But I mean, one of those things that you kind of have to try what's best for you. Recently I came across, here we go, Pro Labs Creatine Monohydrate. This is, I don't believe this is a German grade, but I kind of heard some good reviews on it, so I thought I'd try it. The bottle. So this was actually, this right here is 60 servings, and this is about 60 servings, and I managed to get 2 bottles of these for about 23 bucks. And so that's actually a pretty freaking good deal. And what I noticed too is that from the previous monohydrate, this is actually a powder form, not a pill form, which I kind of prefer. But I will say this, compared to previous monohydrates that I've taken in powder form, this is the texture in this is completely different. This is actually more of like like crystal texture, much like sugar or salt, versus some of the other monohydrates I've taken that have been very flour-like. So we'll see. We'll give a little review on that. I'm actually gonna do a formal review on the Creapure. I'll have that kind of prepared and ready on the site, and once I have it on, I'll throw a link on the bottom of this one. What else is going on with me? I wanted to take a minute to talk about. I went climbing, hiking / climbing, whatever you want to call it, on Sunday once again. And, just food for thought. I was, you guys know, or at least should know, or maybe if you're listening to these vlogs, you kind of do know, that I've kind of been taking it easy on cardio. Haven't really been doing cardio. With this session, this round of P90X, I wanted to try a bodybuilding style P90X to see how my body would react to very little to no cardio and just straight huge meals, huge calories, and trying to gain mass. All I'm focusing on. And although I haven't been sticking 100% to the schedule, only because I've been adding a hike here or there, or maybe every once in a while I kind of go do something more active that does involve a little bit more cardio than it would kind of traditional bodybuilder style workouts. For the most part, I've been sticking to it. I've been doing about for those of you who don't know, I've been doing about 3,000 calories a day. And, cutting out the cardio day, so cutting out the yoga, cutting out the Kempo, cutting out the plyo, and kind of replacing another day of the week with another lift day. Doing ab workouts on the days I usually do cardio. It's more of a lift kind of thing. Body fat percentage is going up. Which is expected. Anytime you bulk, you're going to have a surplus of calories, which means that you're going to actually have more than your body needs, which means you're going to store a little bit of body fat. But it's not crazy to the point where I'm fat. It's not. And actually, because my metabolism so ramped up, it's storing really well, surprisingly. I'm actually still pretty lean. I haven't measured myself, but I'm at about 12% body fat, which, taking in 3,000 calories a day is a lot of calories when you're eating clean. I'm surprised I'm keeping the weight the way I am. So that's kind of fun and exciting, seeing that my body can kind of respond to it that well. I've kind of been mixing my workouts from mornings and afternoons, just to kind of spice things up. I will say I am a night person, so my workouts tend to be a little bit more intense at nighttime, which is kind of my preference. Morning time I'm just so sluggish, and I'm not a caffeine drinker. I think that's probably why pre-workouts work so well for me, is because I don't take a lot of caffeine, and so the stimulants and the caffeine within the pre-workouts really pump me up. So in the mornings, they help me wake up and really kind of help me get a little bit of energy. When I take the pre-workouts, like I did just a second ago to do the workout, gives me boatloads of energy. I'm jumping off walls. So, trade-off. I prefer working on the afternoon. I'm more awake in the afternoon. But what else is going on, guys? New creatine. Kind of sticking to the meals I'm doing now. I should be doing some more healthy recipes. That way you guys can kind of try something new besides just doing regular chicken breast. I should have some new stuff here this week. I just gotta go grocery shopping. I ran out of red meat. I'm not a big red meat fan as it is anyways. I don't, not that I don't like the taste of it or the texture, it's more that my body just doesn't crave it that much. But every once in a while I'll crave, a steak or something, and I'll go and pick some up. But anyways, so that's kind of what's going on with me. But I did want to have a little moment with you guys, a little real talk moment. But I'm gonna go get some water, and then we'll be back in like 2 seconds. Boom, water. All right. So, first of all, let's have some real talk moment here. So, I was on the mountain Sunday. Got up early, really early, and went and climbed with Omar and some other people, some peoples. And so, the first time I went out with Omar, he wasn't used to it. He just didn't know how to deal with it, and we took a lot of breaks. Second time, he was doing better. We took less breaks. Third time, he kind of passed me up, and this is, I think, about our fourth time. So we've gone 4 times, and this time he completely owned me. He actually took the lead the whole time. Owned me. I'm not gonna lie, he owned me. And actually, I took more breaks than I'm used to. Usually, I'd be able to go kind of without a break, and this time I took 3-4 breaks. And so, a little bit of that has to do with my creatine. I took creatine right beforehand because I took a small meal, and I took creatine right beforehand, and we did this super early in the morning, so I didn't consume a lot of water beforehand, which means that the way creatine works is it uses water, and so I was cramping up a lot, to the point where I kind of had to shake out the muscles a little bit. That was my bad. I didn't plan ahead of time, and I had water with me, but I had a stupid camel pack that wasn't working with me. And anyway, so but first time I really sat down, and it was it really kind of breaks you. It really kind of it humbles you. You sit down and you're like, oh, dude, I can't believe I just stopped. I can't believe Omar's beating me that hard. I can't believe he's just tearing through this mountain, and I'm like, hey, dude, we need to stop. I need a break. And I've never had to do that. And some of that does have to do with the fact that I'm doing no cardio. That's one thing that I've noticed that just plummets whenever I stop doing it. My cardio endurance just gone. And so it's definitely good. My cardio is good now, but it's not anywhere near what it used to be. But, cardio was okay. It was just really my cramping in my legs. And I blame the creatine, hopefully. But I guess my point to this whole situation is that, there are going to be times where you're faced with roadblocks. There's always going to be times where you're going to be stressed. You're going to be completely just destroyed. And you got to dig deep, and you have to really push yourself to get more. That happens to you. That should be happening to you during P90X. It is a tough workout, and it's a very difficult workout. And you have to kind of dig deep and look for something. Remember your why. I talked about that a couple days ago. And remember why you're doing what you're doing. And you're going to have to push yourself to really, really, really get those last reps, get those last couple of sets, or last for those last 10 seconds, or whatever it is that you're doing that day. But that's life. It's just like life. You're gonna get hurdles thrown at you. You're gonna get problems and drama thrown at your life, and you gotta kind of be able to brush it off your shoulder and keep going. And although it was a little bit of a humbling experience to have Omar kind of own me on that mountain, I'll admit it. Not to him though. Um, it's one of those humbling experiences where you got to just take down, and everybody has those days. You have those days where you just didn't have a good day. Maybe your body just didn't get what it needed. It's nutritionally not sound, or maybe you're just mentally not that mentally tough that day, or maybe you're just not, you got too much stuff on your back. And so sometimes you have those days, and you gotta just brush it off and go. Just keep going. The first time that I did that mountain with Omar, I told him, there's gonna be a point where that mountain owns you. There always is a point. There's always a point where you're out of breath, or your legs are cramped and you can't do anything, and you just want to stop. And you look down and you're like, I still have to get off this mountain. And at some point you have to sit down and say, you know what, I'm stronger than this. Let's keep going and keep pushing. And if you can't do that, then you shut your mind off completely. All you think about is breathing, and you look at the next step and you keep going. And that's what you have to do with P90X. That's sometimes what you have to do with life. At the end of the day, when life throws crap your way, you have to be able to brush it off and say, hey, I got to keep going. There's no back. You have to keep going. There's no reason you should be taking a step back. Take a step forward, and you keep going. Even when chips are stacked against you, as they say, you have to kind of keep going, keep pushing. And so that's kind of my tip of the day for you guys. Let's face it, the world isn't perfect right now. The economy's crap. A lot of people struggling, and it's time that you kind of, first of all, be thankful for what we have, but secondly, really dig deep and look ahead. Stop looking behind at what happened, or what's occurred, or what's holding you back, or what's put you in the position that you're in now. You have to kind of dig deep and keep going. It's the same thing with life. The same thing with P90X. You have to sit down and boom, you're at that set where your arms are burning, you can't do anymore, and there's 30 seconds left in that clock. You gotta sit down, take 2-3 deep breaths, get your muscles shake your muscles out a little bit, and get back in there and get those last couple reps. Get those last couple of just good reps where you're just burning out that muscle. And that's the kind of things that you're gonna need to do to get awesome results. And that's, if you can be tough mentally and get through something like this, you're gonna realize a lot more about yourself than you think. You're going to realize a little bit more about how mentally tough you really are, and that's going to help you in every aspect of your life. But I don't want to make this a really long video, so I'm going to wait a couple more minutes here for this pre-workout to kick in, and then I'm going to go work out. I'm going to go knock out some reps, because today is one of those days where I really need to kind of work out. I tend to use these workouts for many different things, but one thing is definitely like a de-stressor and kind of a rebalancer, or a normalizer, as Jack LaLanne would probably say. So I'm gonna go get some more water here in my system so I don't cramp up, and maybe film some of it. Maybe we'll have some people join us. Maybe have Omar join us. Who knows? But we'll see you guys a little bit. Peace out, guys.
I haven't seen nothing yet.
Shit. Hater.
Hater. This isn't a workout for me yet.
You're doing a haterade right now. What do I do? 25 plus 5.
There's 3 ways of doing it. I'm going to show you the difference. Get my weights out of the way. Laura's going to use legs straight. Phil's got the feet of the chair. Big Dave's going to raise the leg. How many every 5 reps? Every 5 reps?
25 plus 5.
Then I want quantity. Maximum reps. Let's rock and roll. Stop the chatter. Let's get busy. Here we go. I'm going to do the leg raise. 1, 2, get up. Get down. Good range of motion. And switch. Let's check on it. Get those toes in the air. See how close she is here? Her back's nice and close to the chair. You get too far out, that messes with your form. You don't want that, of course. Look at the leg raise. Look at the flex foot. Nice and deep. We can see all the way up. All the way up. All the way up. Nice work. What are you going to do? 35. Phil? How many going to do, Phil? Nice. Showing how That's all I want to hear. Come on, Laura, beat the boy. Bring it home. Dig down, go deep, do a lot. Come on. Nice work. Nice work. One and two. One.
That's how you do it, baby.
See what I said before?
How you do it?
Last three.
Can't see me.
Bounce it down. That's my four. Here we go. We're the other side. Bounce it down. Come on. Let's see this. Don't step on each other. Nice. Nice. See Dave here? He's going out left. He's coming in. He's going out left. Nice. Talk about isolating the chest. Oh my God. It's a push-up and a fly at the same time. It doesn't get more gorgeous than that. Whatever you want to do. What's your goal? What's your goal? You don't know yet, do you? Because do the best you can. That's all I care about. Nice, Laura. Bring it in. Good. I don't want to get in your way. How we doing? Everybody at home, same thing. Do as many as you can. We're on one side, four on the other side. When you start flipping, sliding, jerking, and moving, that means it's time to stop. Write down your number. We're just keep going. I feel embarrassed standing around talking. Do something. Here's how you do it if you don't have to slip your floor or a towel. Or a piece of cardboard. You step out, just like Big Dave and I did. On the other side. Over.
Just right there.
And over.
What's going on, guys? All right, so just finished that workout. Awesome workout. That, I think, I don't know if I mentioned that. I think that's got to be my second favorite. Besides back and biceps, because that one kills me too. This is one of those workouts where every time my triceps just give out. You know, there's a point where you get to the one-handed push-ups, and then you get to the side-to-side push-ups, and just you give out. I mean, there's only so much your triceps can handle after you're doing, you know, push-ups and triceps, push-ups and triceps, push-ups and triceps. Well, shoulders are in there too. But, yeah, triceps are done. Just get some good night's sleep. Make sure you get that good nutrition. Just about finishing my recovery drink here. And gonna try to get some really good sleep. Remember, sleep is critical. Make sure that you prioritize sleep as well, because that's actually going to affect your results. It's when you sleep that the muscle rebuilds and it grows. So, gonna get a quick recovery drink in, wait an hour to your recovery drink. If you're taking creatine, take it post-workout. If you're doing more than, you should be doing probably 5 gram increments. I tend to do mine in the morning and then in the afternoon at post-workout. With the recovery drink, preferably, because the sugars in the recovery drink are going to make it so your body absorbs creatine. But anyways, finishing up the recovery drink, I'm going to take a shower, and then I'm going to get one last meal in, and then I'm probably just going to knock out. So, done with day 1 of week 2, phase 2. So, see you guys tomorrow. Any questions, comments? Show some love on that like button, or favorite it, whatever you want to do. And we'll see you guys next time. All right, guys. Have a good night.